much that we do and we have going on, and so it's one of those things. Well, what do you want to know? Where can I start? Because there really are just such a dynamic group of people over there serving our community, and so it's always just a bit of panic when we start to find out what direction are we going, what sort of things do you need. I guess one thing I wanted to highlight, as Robin had said, is that Uniquely Yours Stability Support and Lutheran Family Services go way back. And we still work on cases today. You know, we get a client in with some unique needs that maybe are a little out of the box, and Uniquely Yours is always there for us. You know, we come together with Robin and really try and make that plan for stability for the family.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I have a curiosity question. Over the years that Lutheran Family Services has existed in the country, not just here in Fremont, it used to be quite prominent in news and public announcements, and people became quite aware of Lutheran Family Services. Now, there's not been so much publicity about Lutheran Family Services. LFS, isn't that? Yeah.
LFS.
Unless you drive on Military going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, and there's that building, the sign, Lutheran Family Services. Right. So sometimes we become so ingrained with the routine that we forget some people exist and some agencies exist.
Sure.
What differentiates Lutheran Family Services today from what I would remember years ago?
Yeah. That's a great question. You know, especially since COVID, as we all know, that changed how we do things in our everyday life. And certainly the nonprofit world was not without impact. So since that time in particular, there's been a lot of changes to come forward. I think when folks think of Lutheran Family Services in Fremont, traditionally we think a lot about children's services, right? The boutique and the parenting classes and those sort of things. Another thing traditionally you may or may not have thought of was our behavioral health services. So our medication management, mental health therapy, substance use therapy, those sort of things. And so I would say we've continued to grow those programs. We've continued to try and expand those in a way that people can utilize any service from any corner of LFS, no matter what your need. So if you only need this one service, great, come on in and we'll take care of that. If you're not sure, come on in. We have a team that'll kind of navigate you through those services and help you decide what sort of needs you have and what might fit for you. And so I think before, if we're thinking about these two small boxes of behavioral health and children's services, yes, we still have those. And we've expanded just to connect those services, make those services more robust, have more specialized folks in the office that can help meet people where they're at and take care of them when they are presenting with needs.
I have two follow-up questions then. With all of those services, you must have, 100 people working over there?
Oh, I wish we did. You know, that might make day-to-day life a little easier. You know, we have a really great hybrid model working at LFS right now. So if you go to our site, you may see 5 people, 7 people on site, where we have teams of, I lose the count now, but I know it's over 30 who work remotely and in the office. So a lot of our meetings now are happening in the community, at Milady, at the library. They're happening at our clients' houses. When people come in and are in need, we can go to them, actually, if that's what makes them most comfortable and fits that need. And so while we don't have a ton of people in the office physically, we do have a very robust team that works in that hybrid way to meet people where they're at.
Do you have a fee structure, or is this all free?
So each of our services are a little different. I will say that right now we're working under the Certified Community Behavioral Health Clinic grant, which says serve everyone regardless of ability to pay. And so that looks different for each person. If we have insurance, sure, we'll try insurance. If we don't have insurance, we have region funding you may qualify for. If region funding isn't a good fit for you, we do work on a sliding scale fee for our billable services as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Robin, we're kind of almost out of time. Do you want to share anything about UYSF and this great new young lady who is with us?
Well, I would like to let her have the little minute I have left to just quickly talk about the Fatherhood Initiative and your groups so people know.
Yeah, absolutely. So the Fatherhood Initiative is one of our newer to Fremont services, and it serves fathers who are non-custodial, who are looking to be involved in their children's lives. You know, we've really identified that's an underserved population.
Yes.
How do we help dads connect to their children? So right now we have our fatherhood group is starting a support group. It's Tuesday evenings from 5 to 6 at our building on Military that you had referenced.
Okay.
And then I do want to give just a shout out. You know, we do get limited time to interact with our community and our donors. And right now we're actually wrapping up a drive with Deers where they filled a Ford truck bed with hygiene items, care items for our families. And so that will be delivered, I believe, on Friday to our building. But we just want to thank the community for all of the support that has gone into that.
Very nice. If somebody has a follow-up question based on what they've heard today, how's the best way to get a hold of you
Yeah.
or the agency?
Yeah. So if you're unsure where to go, direct email to myself would be great. It's just my name, Tina.Avis at 1LFS.org, or info@1LFS.org will also get you to where you need to go.
Oh, very good. Robin, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Tina. Thanks, Bob. And happy holidays to everyone.
And to both of you. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
You bet. 98.9 FM at 1340 AM in Fremont, Nebraska.
Eternal Tattoo and Body Piercing is the #1 tattoo and piercing shop in Fremont. They were one of the winners for Best of Fremont 20.